Our next local speaker is Jeroen Postma. You will take the floor.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Jeroen, and today's talk will be about how a different way of thinking can change the world. So, everyone has a personality or a personal reality, our frame of how we see the world. And a couple of years ago, I decided that I wanted a different frame. So I started to search, and I came across this phrase, change the world, be the change. So I'm going to share with you today about how I look at this. And I first want to share with you this picture. The question I asked myself was, how can I feel good with myself and the world around me? And I pictured myself being a child, gazing up at life, at reality, and having no idea what's really going on, and having parents and other people, education, teaching me how to think, what to think, and everything that involves in growing as a person. So, nurturing is a very important aspect of growing as a person, as well as our nature as human beings. Now, the challenges that we face today in this world, ecological, financial, social crises, all have to do with how we stand in life and how we are going forth. And when I look at our educational system, I see that there is a lot to do with our left side of the brain, our rational thinking. Also, media and marketing and how they tell us what is normal. We see a lot of TV, we see commercials, and when we see a certain product, we get a certain feeling with this product because marketing is made for that. And that's brilliant. It's really nice psychological way of getting money, earning money. But is this also healthy for us? I felt I was too much in my head. I was thinking continuously, and I wasn't really in touch with myself. I didn't really know who I was, why I was here on Earth. I kind of felt alienated in society sometimes. And then I started to focus more on my creativity. And I started to understand and feel that sometimes there was a little bit of more flow coming back into my life. Okay, I'm just going to really briefly go into this because it's a very complex topic. Quantum physics. The grandfather basically of quantum physics, or one of the greatest minds of all times, Albert Einstein, says that reality is merely an illusion, albeit a very persistent one. So what does that tell us? Nothing. That one of the greatest minds of all times says that reality is merely an illusion. Okay, that kind of left me blank there. I had no idea. Because I didn't know where to take it from there. So I started to search and think logically. The air that I breathe in, my body, the food that I eat, and everything that is around me that I see is made up from atoms. And atoms are basically positive and negative particles vibrating on the speed of light. Are you still with me? Are you with me? Yes. Yeah? Okay, very good, thank you. So there is this law, this universal law called the law of attraction. And this is a picture from the Heart Math Institute, and they measure the electromagnetic heart field of the human heart. And then put a quote from Gandhi underneath that, man is a product of his thoughts and his words and his actions. And then it kind of dawned to me, maybe I'm thinking thoughts that I don't want. Maybe I'm saying things that I don't feel good with. And maybe I'm doing things which I don't feel good with. So I started to change things. And I basically made one decision. I'm going to let everything go that I don't feel good with. Let's just do an experiment, right? We have one life. I'm the one who is basically perceiving it. I'm the one controlling my own reality. So I'm going to let everything go that doesn't feel good. Boy, I ended up in a roller coaster for the past 3 years. That was a lot of fun, and it still is. Now I'm much more strong, much more confident, and much more happy and in control of what I perceive as my reality. My thoughts are much more calmer. I am much more focused and positive in the words that I produce as a person. And my actions, I aim to inspire people around me and have fun with what I do. Now these people underneath, I see them a bit as my teachers. They all have a thing in common, and they say, you know, go for it. Just do it. Don't let anyone stop you, because you are the one in charge of your reality. You are the one creating it. Steve Jobs quit his education, and he became one of the biggest entrepreneurs in the world. Now, who of you has an iPhone here? Raise your hand. Okay, beautiful, huh? What if Steve didn't quit his education? Would you have an iPhone? I don't know. So, this sentence, the title, Resistance as a Gift. I started this talk saying how a different way of thinking can change the world. And resistance is the gift is basically the answer to that. Because during this travel, this roller coaster ride I went into, I discovered that resistance is showing me where I should not be. So I decided to focus on the opposite. So every time I come across resistance, I focus on the opposite. To give you a really practical example, I heard of a story. A man, he had a car crash. He broke all of his bones, and the doctors told him, you will never be able to walk again. You know, prepare your family for a life where you will be driving in a wheelchair the rest of your life. The man was mid-40s. They're like, no, I'm not gonna believe that. I'm not gonna believe that. But he couldn't talk, you know, so he couldn't really talk with the doctors. But he later told his family that he made a promise to himself that day. The moment that he heard it, he said, no, I'm not going to accept what you tell me. I am going to walk out of this hospital in 3 months' time. And so he did. The power of the mind is so incredibly strong that you can create, no, that you actually create your own reality constantly. And I want to end this with 2 words. I am. Every time you say, I am, ... think very carefully about what you're saying. Because that moment of creation, you are anchoring something in your reality. I am constantly sick, doesn't go in with me, sorry. I am in control. I am a happy person. I'm alive and I feel good with myself. Now that resonates with me. That feels good. That feels positive. So that's my reality that I want to live. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jeroen. There are people in the audience who want to join Jeroen in living that way or recognize his observations in life. Yeah, definitely. Your name, please.
My name is Sanne, and I recognize what you're saying about the roller coaster ride. Mine is just starting. Thank you.
Good luck.
Yeah, I recognize the part of the education that you're
the education is focused on your left side, and I want to do something with my right side. So thank you.
Jeroen, how do you turn into action when you say, I'm going to be active, I'm going to change my behavior?
I was also a student in this university. Maybe it's not the right place to share it, but it's my life's path, so I'm going to share it with you. Last year, May, I sat down and I was for 8 months trying to find a different thesis topic. I had 3 different topics, I had many student supervisors, but I was so much into meditation that I was really, kind of evolving a lot as a person, that I didn't feel inspired by this educational system. And then I went, oh, wow, what to do next, So I sat down and I asked myself the question, why am I still a student? And then it came to me, because your parents want that. Well, I'm in control of my reality, right? So then I called my father and I said, hey, sorry, I'm gonna quit. And yeah, it kind of broke his heart. But he's super proud of me today. So I had to make a tough decision to sometimes get out of the comfort zone for me and say, this is what I want and this is what I'll do, and I'll do it now. And I did it. So there comes a moment when something dawns and something is so much in your face that you kind of have to look at it and then you just have to make a decision. So that resistance of still being a student, for me, was not my path. If you feel good with it, go for it. If I didn't make that decision at that point in time, I wouldn't be here today. I'm quite sure. So, yeah, I would say, if you feel something, ask yourself the question, you'll receive the answer, whether you make it up yourself, but feel it. Feel the answer, what it does to you, and go for it. Just do it. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeroen.
Yeah, good, huh?
You take any question, 15 minutes. Another question.
Yeah. Okay, very nice. Thank you very much for asking, because I kind of hope to answer this question. So I became an entrepreneur, and now through different projects or kind of businesses, I discovered that I didn't want to work alone. So I joined with some really cool people that I got to know, and we're all working on this kind of like personal development level. So some people are working with expanding your creativity, other people work with some spiritual aspects, some work with meditation, other people work with coaching, and I'm building this platform where we are creating a website called WeShineLikeOurselves.com. And there, it's still much in development, but you can have a look. There, I would like to start with these people, a platform where people can, if you just start this roller coaster ride, then that is the place to go. Because many of people are either starting it or they're in the full middle, but everyone is going to have this roller coaster ride. So come join us, and maybe we can help you with our experience. Next to that, I have much free time now, so I started a project called the Creative Garden Wageningen. Hogeborn is this biological farm very close to here, and basically we got a field the size of 2 soccer fields with biological certified soil, saying here, go start a community farm, grow your own products. So with university students, municipality inhabitants, secondary schools and companies and NGOs, we're starting our community garden. And you're super welcome to join. So Facebook, Creative Garden Wageningen, and see you there.
Wish you a bright future.
Yeah,
Thank you very much. Thank you for your